Welcome to the Mexican Grand Prix weekend here on F124 after the disappointment of something going bang in the engine bay in the United States last time around. We find ourselves in a position where hopefully we can make up for it now in Mexico. A circuit that I enjoy, a circuit I haven't driven yet on this game, so our competitiveness is at this stage an entirely unknown scenario. We do have some rain coming at the very end of the race, and if there's a safety car at all, obviously that would get brought forward a bit. So expect some wet weather driving in the race, and it does say 42% in that second to last block as well. So it really genuinely might come around about lap 50 of the 71 of the Grand Prix. Dry quali though, dry first practice, so we can get all of our resource points in. We hope we've got the parts being changed over to put the more worn ones in for practice, and of course it was the MG UK that decided it wanted to go pop after just 313 laps compared to the other ones that have done well, basically between them an average of about 700, so that's good. We've dropped down the performance index now, but now really we're more in a more respective position on that list comparatively to where we were when you factor in our poorer chassis and aerodynamic. I think where we've been spending resource points protecting for next year, other teams have actually been improving. So it might mean that Haas become actually genuinely pretty decent next year. We haven't yet figured out what we're going to do next season, whether we go to Ferrari, if they in fact offer us a seat. I've no idea how the end of season works in F124 and the new driver career, but we shall find out when we get there, and when we get there, we'll not be too far away because we've only 4 races to go. I'll get to the right screen. 5. Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Okay, well, with 2 DNFs in our last 4 Grand Prix, let's not make it 3 and 5, shall we? To Mexico we go. Do drop the video a like, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you come and join me live on stream so you can see everything that happens in the moment and actually help me decide things strategically as well, which was very helpful from live chat in Singapore. Certainly, that's definitely worth a watch if you missed that episode as well. Anyway, vamos. Resource points accrued. Only 300 this time because the... unfortunately, the right specialist isn't at the track this weekend, so no 390, only 300. There might be something we can save here with whatever or protect, shall I say, with what resource points we've got. How many we've got? 319. Oh, well, maybe there might be something in the durability or the 295. I could do that. 390. I can't do the ICE. Could do the MG UK. And on the chassis side, it's just one that's left, tyre wear. Let's do that then. Let's adapt to the tyre wear part. Okay, I'm going to go and put my fresher parts in because I really don't want to go to a qualifying session with a significantly worn part like that. I'm going to have to put a brand new MG UK in because it went bang last time we used that previous one. I didn't do any running in practice on a soft tyre, so I'm unsure at this present moment in time whether I'm actually competitive here or not. We'll find out in qualifying, won't we? P17 incoming, although we were better in America.
30 seconds left in the session.
We know we've got the pace to get out of Q1, so let's just go and put the lap in. I lost loads of time coming through here. Right, this should be fast enough to get us through. P15, only just, but through is through. By how much, I'm really not sure. I was only a couple of tenths faster than those at the back, I think. K-Mag did a 14.9. I think I did a 15.2. Oh, I did a 15 flat. Okay, so there's just under 2/10 between me and Kevin. No shock exits at this stage. And we weren't far off going out, but we also weren't far off being a little bit higher up. So we're about where we should be. Q2 time. At all. I did enjoy the God Save the Cheese sign last night, yeah. Gone deep in there, it's terrible. Lost me loads of time. Right, we're definitely, oh, I'm deep in there as well. Definitely 15th. Definitely 15th here. Just not concentrating enough. Too busy talking about the God Save the Cheese sign in the football last night. Probably well out, yeah. And the last sector is not strong for me. I've gone wide there. Gonna cost me time as well. Gone wide here too. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be fast enough. No, it's another 15 flat, which appears to be where our pace is at. P12 though, it's not as low as I thought we were going to be. And there was time on the table in that lap too. So another 15 flat when there's whoa. Okay, I didn't have 3/10 in the pocket, that's for sure. P11 was on the cards. Top 10 was not. Was it Charles Leclerc? Carlos Sainz has a 5-second grid penalty, sorry, for illegal blocking. Oh dear, Carlos. Carlos Sainz is 7th, but will start 12th, which means I will start 11th, just ahead of Carlos and directly in front of, on the grid spots, my teammate Kevin Magnussen. Pierre in 11th out there. It was pointed out to me that actually Esteban Ocon was 20th and dead last, so clearly that was a bit of a shock in qualifying for him to be starting at the very back. But other than that, no drivers massively out of position, I don't think. But at the minute, we seem to be having P11 in the bag, don't we? Even when I don't qualify P11, I still start P11.
With the race not far
well, we weren't in Q3, but we know that one driver was in Q3 but won't start there. Oh my god, Max Verstappen is not on pole. For the second race in a row, this time not because of weather. Max starts P2, Fernando Alonso on pole. Stroll P4? What is life? Never in my lifetime. So we should start 12th? 11th, sorry. Yeah, and Magnussen 12th.
Ricardo,
oh, Sainz took a bigger penalty. Oh no, he must have. He was 7th in Q2, wasn't he? And I did the math from there. He must have qualified P9 and then taken the 5-place grid penalty. So actually, he might not have been starting in front of me because he could have qualified top 5 and then been ahead of me still. So actually, what I was saying in the last highlight was very much incorrect. Yeah, it is going to be a medium hard as we suspected. I am going to pop the hard tyre in the middle though and do that. We'll do 22, 26, 23 and we'll be on the faster compound at the end of the race. You imagine everyone else is doing something similar. It is a bit of a drinker here, I think, because of the long straight. So we will put the 3.5. Actually, no, because I can save fuel at the end of the straight quite comfortably. We'll put 3 laps worth of extra fuel in. We hopefully won't need it all. With regards to everyone else, unsurprisingly, everybody on a medium tyre. You imagine most will be on the exact same strategy as what our projected was, medium, hard. We're just going to switch it around a little bit and hope that we can keep pace on the hard tyre with the DRS in the middle of the race to then be faster at the end. That's the planaroonie. Just going to run a quick Twitch prediction for those that are watching live so that they can maybe earn themselves some extra channel points, and then we will give it a good old go. Right, Gonna need a decent start here. It's a long run down to turn 1. Oh, I tried to get a quick short shift in there and the auto box short shifted for me. I'm going to stick to the outside here to have an outside line for turn 1 to hopefully sweep around the outside of a couple. Clearly the Williams behind has got less downforce than me. Oh, Gasly had a little jink left there. I'm going to try and hold up the inside here and cling on to a half decent position there to get well out of the throttle there as Russell slammed his anchors on. We've gone around Gasly so far. Kevin's dropped a couple of positions. Be up the inside of George here, just alongside enough that he pays me enough attention that I exist, which he then didn't do and turned into me, which is lovely. Thank you, George. A little bit of front wing damage there now.
With the front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
We will change that at the first pit stop. Hopefully it's not enough damage that it means that we got not quite far enough back there to see it all. Hopefully it's not enough damage to warrant us needing or losing significant performance. There is just a little bit of a nick taken out, as you can see there on the front left of the front wing at the very bottom. Just a little chunk taken out of it. George, quite frankly, just went boop. I was half a car alongside and he's gone for the apex. That shouldn't hopefully affect our performance too much through this middle sector. So we'll try and remain as competitive as we can be. We will use the hard tyre. I will change my front wing at the stop, because it's just going to affect tyre wear too much, I think. And then hopefully we'll just be fine. Really annoyed at George there for just turning in on me like that. I had adequately positioned my car that he would have known that I was there. Using a lot of battery here, and you get to a certain point and then actually you're able to stop using the battery because you're gaining enough on those in front. This is without DRS being active at this moment in time down the straight. Alright, hopefully we'll be okay. These first 2 or 3 laps will give us an idea of how much performance we're going to lose with that damaged wing, but it shouldn't be too bad. I should be more concerned with how much wear it's going to add to the tyres, but we'll be alright. We should be alright. I hope I'm alright. I might not be alright. That's all potential outcomes covered, isn't it? Good. I'm out of DRS range as well, I think. Or was I in? Yeah, the detection zone is through the... good to know, or good to remind yourself, the detection point is through the stadium section. So must be within a second through the stadium section. Thankfully, once you get DRS for that bit, there isn't actually another detection point, so you will get DRS here as well, having had DRS down the main straight too. But I'm losing time on those in front now, rather evidently. Whether that's because of the downforce loss from the damaged front wing, or whether that's just because they're faster than me, unclear at this stage. But we are losing time to those in front. But they're in better cars, so you imagine it's probably a mixture of both, actually, isn't it? Alright, out of DRS range to George Russell then, unfortunately. And now very vulnerable down the straight. Good! Okay, well, we might have to consolidate around about P11 or 12 now. And just hope that the DRS is strong enough to keep us in touch with those guys, because the ones in front are too far gone now. Hi, Pierre. He'll have DRS down here as well now to rub it in.
Okay, focus.
Good. Maybe Gasly will drag us back up to those in front. I don't know. K-Mag's going for it now. All right, Kev. I'm not going to fight my teammate too hard. We've lost a couple of positions, but hopefully we can hold station now. Pierre was 1.4 seconds ahead of us as we started that straight. That's how powerful the DRS is. Then Kevin's gotten out of position there. He's just got the straight line speed and the drive out of the corner. I've got to be careful here. I don't want to run into the back of one of them and get more front wing damage. Try cut back here? No, because I've got someone on my inside. See, George, look, when you know there's someone on your inside, you don't turn into them and you don't give them damage. It's called good racing, Mr. Russell. You're welcome, Daniel Ricciardo. How's your front wing? Still fully intact? Mine isn't. Gasly's going to be really, really, really vulnerable down the main straight. I mean, it's not even going to be vulnerable. It's just going to be straightforward. We might even both get through down this main straight. Myself and Kevin. DRS is so powerful here. You just, to do anything really, you have to be in it. You've got to be in it to win it, as they say. Watch the gap to Gasly just plummet. I'm not even using battery now. It's just flying down. That's the difference that DRS makes. Kevin is through. But unless you've got the outright pace to get away and out of DRS range, like the group in front do, and quite significantly have buggered off, although we have been fighting a lot back here. I got on the grass there. Yeah, excuse me. Give you racing room, but you gotta let me through, pal. Thank you. Kev, come back. I need that DRS, mate, please. Kevin! Insert Home Alone meme. Kevin! That was just, and I mean by like a couple of milliseconds, just outside DRS range again, annoyingly. Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the knob, isn't it? Hello, Pierre. No point fighting it, is there? Not this stage. I was literally 1 millisecond away from DRS. You can try it, Daniel, but I'm just going to cut you off, mate. Because now here comes Daniel Ricciardo.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
They just gain like 2 or 3 tenths at least on me on the way out of that last corner. I just can't cope with the traction that they have. I don't know whether it's well, it must be a setup thing to some degree. Hello, Alex. All of a sudden, I'm bloody 14th with a Ferrari behind me. Myself and Carlos Sainz keep finding ourselves next to each other on racetracks at the minute, don't we? All through his misfortune than my good pace, I think. Although that is the car I would like to be in next season. Although it would be typical F1 game if Carlos Sainz keeps his Ferrari seat and I get Charles Leclerc's seat at Ferrari next year. So I will sacrifice some of my undercut to a front wing change. K-Mag and Gasly getting very feisty, and all of a sudden what was not a very big gap is now not a gap at all. And P10 is right back in front of us again. Yeah, I'll sacrifice some of my undercut. I'll pit lap 20 rather than 22. We'll change the front wing. Might have to use quite a bit of battery during that undercut stage to make up some of that time to stay within DRS range of those in front. No, Carlos, you're not coming through there. But we should be okay. We haven't got that much of an advantage on tyres that will notice a massive difference, I don't think. But hopefully we'll be okay.
Right, gap to the teammate ahead of us.
I'm still hopeful of a point today at least. Obviously the front 9 are significantly further down the road, but I'm still hopeful of a point. 20% wear after 15 laps on the rear. Definitely we're gonna be pitting early for the hard set, and then I think I'm gonna undercut with the first stop, and I might overcut with the second stop. Depends on the scenario in the Grand Prix at the time, but I think an overcut at the second stop so that our medium tyres are even fresher, or more to the point, they actually don't die at the end of the race the way that these ones are starting to, is probably going to be important. Time management, even though we're running a different strategy that should see us faster at the end, time management is still going to be a significant factor in how this race pans out.
We might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes.
That's a lot earlier than we thought it was going to be. It was supposed to be the last segment And now you reckon there's going to be rain in 15 minutes? Okay, that's like half race distance. It will probably be a little bit further out than that. I hope it's a little bit further out than that. Oh, I don't know whether to go to hards or mediums next then, because I might not have the opportunity to run the medium tyre again. But if I run the medium tyre again next and the rain holds off for whatever reason, then I'll still end up having to pit for a second time before the rain. I might be better off still going to the hards next. That way I definitely won't need to do a second pit stop before the rain. If I go to mediums next, I might still have to do a second pit stop before the rain. We'll box this lap.
We can take you this lap.
We'll box this lap. Pit for hards, change the front wing, and then try and claw some time back. It's a risky manoeuvre, not having DRS, but nothing to lose at the moment with the rain coming, where we know we're going to be significantly less competitive, so I've got to take some sort of risk here, haven't I? Otherwise I'm just committing to definitely not getting a point.
Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
So we're anticipating going to wet tyres, or intermediate tyres, for our next stop, whenever that may be. We don't have any more hard sets available. We do have a new set of mediums. We do have a new set of softs. Yes, I think it's a new set of softs. Regardless, the softs are going to be a terrible tyre to be on anyway, unless the rain dries up with 5 laps to go. Need these tyres to warm up as well. Now we find out whether this was a good or bad idea to try and undercut. Keep an eye on the gaps top left. If they come down, it was a good idea. If they go up, it was a bad one. Yeah, the gap's coming down to the two trains that are fighting. My concern is though that it's not coming down with Pierre or Gasly. With Pierre or Kevin. Although he did a 19.4 last lap, we did an 18.5 that lap, so we should be gaining. There you go, some are in. Sainz, Ocon, and Tsunoda. Sainz has gone to the hard tyre, that's good. It's good news for us.
We've got a
Tsunoda too, okay.
Okay to use your overtake button.
There they are. Hello, gents. They've all gone to the hard... No, Ocon's gone to mediums. Okay, intriguing. Some have gone hard, some have gone medium. So we're effectively with the undercut.
Remember to adjust your ERS
Yeah, I know. Effectively with the undercut, we've negated the time lost with a front wing change, which is fine. We're still very much in the hunt. I think we will have gained on Pierre or Kevin enough to overtake them. Actually, we might have done, you know. No, they're going to be coming out just... Yeah, they're just a bit further down the road. Look, Sainz doesn't have DRS though, so we could take him here. I do want to save some of the battery though. I don't want to just use all of it. Try and swoop around the outside. Right, Kevin and Pierre are right there now. They've gone mediums as well though. They've concentrate, Ches. No point flashbacking there. They've both gone mediums. So they're just going to be outright faster than us right now, and there's not really much we can do about that. But if the rain dries up before the end of the race, then they won't have a medium set to go to, and we will. Hello, Esteban. No way, Esteban. Really?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Rainfall expected. collected. 5 minutes till rain. Dry's
annoying.
definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Well, we could have put the mediums on then. Now we need to know how long the rain is going to last. Is it rain from that 30-something till the end of the race? We're going to do half the race on intermediate tyres? Or is there going to be, at some point, some sunshine again? Got DRS here, I think, though.
Right, we need to get
be
past
lovely.
here. Use overtake.
Thank you, Kevin! Long Johnny G, mate.
Yes, mate.
Hello.
We hit the target. Nice work.
Hi, Kev. I can do that. And now, hopefully, next lap, we'll be close enough to Zhou Guanyu to just get DRS off him as well. Kevin is now trying to get me back, but with my DRS and a little bit of VRS, we'll maintain the position because he doesn't have DRS. And now we'll be behind Zhou Guanyu, close enough because of his lack of pace with the really, really, really warm tyres to get DRS again.
Battery charge is high. Let's
Lovely.
use that
It's gone
overtake
well.
a bit more.
I just saw a raindrop. I just saw multiple raindrops. Right, okay. A, how heavy is it going to be? B, how quickly is it going to get to that level of heaviness? C, how long is it going to last? 3 questions at the moment we don't have an answer to. Joke on you are slow, pal. Really, really slow, mate. Whoop, that's not going to help. Well done, Ches. Oh, well. Never mind. Let's go get Zhou Guanyu. 1, 2, 3. Can I have your position, please? Yes. He's using a bit of battery to try and defend. It's not going to work, pal. Bye, Zhou. See you later, pal. Should have hit about 10 laps ago.
Nice move. Good job.
Right, talk to me about the weather.
We'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
When they say 20 minutes of something, that means continuous. At least 20 minutes of light rain means that the rain is going for significantly longer than 20 minutes. So it may well be wet till the end of the race. We're not even at half race distance yet. Only on lap 32 of 71.
So this rain could be with us for a while.
There you go.
Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future.
It is indeed light rain conditions, but at the moment, those light rain conditions are not even close to giving us intermediate running. This is probably that 40-odd% chance of rain segment we saw before, the 70 or so. Daniel Ricciardo is finally going into the pits. Charles Leclerc and
2.9
Norris are coming out of the pits as well. Those front runners have lost so much time. Kevin didn't know which way to go there. Went to go one way, and then all of a sudden there was a Ferrari directly in front of him. Kevin's P10 again. I'm P11, and we're in a Norris-Leclerc sandwich. Apparently has a lot of spread on it because my tyres didn't hold on very long there at all. Strange decision to put the hards on now, knowing that the rain is here and we're probably going to end up on Inters soon. You'd have thought they'd have put the mediums on. Maybe even taken a risk and put some softs on, but either or. No, I'm out of DRS range. I'm just so slow through that second half of that stadium section. So annoying. Not really that I'm going to be able to hold up a Ferrari anyway. Piastri's just coming out the pits, and George Russell as well. The front runners have lost loads of time by just going long. There goes Charles. Like, they've pit 5 laps before they're going to have to box again for intermediate tyres. It's just another example of the AI being hard-coded to the strategy that they're on at the beginning of the race and hard-coded to the weather as it is at the beginning of the race. We saw from the forecast, rain was coming, but the AI teams don't factor that in. They just stick to the original strategy that they have at the beginning of the race and disregard any changes of weather conditions that might happen. Kevin will get overtaken by Charles Leclerc here, I would imagine. And thanks to using a lot of battery, I might be okay with George and the McLaren behind. Just. But down into turn 4, I think George Russell might get past. Because I don't really want to use too much battery coming down this little straight, but I might have to use some just to try and hold position. We're pretty resigned to the fact that when it moves to intermediate tyres and gets significantly wetter, we won't be competitive. So I don't know why the AI is so strong in the rain, or why I'm so bad in the rain, or why it's both. But either way, my faith of getting a point is waning significantly. Leclerc still hasn't made it past Kevin, although there's only 4 tenths between them, so he might do it this lap. I don't stand a chance here against George and Oscar, so I might just have to suck this one up. I might be able to stay ahead of one. Piastri's going to have a look.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
He's still hanging around the outside. Is he going to give up? Yes. I did pinch him a little bit on the apex, to be fair. It was a little bit aggressive from me there. But he wasn't significantly alongside. Raindrops appearing on my visor now, so to speak, on the camera at the very least. So that says to me that we will be intermediate running soon. I think the rain is getting not visibly that much heavier, but there is definitely more of it falling now. Waiting for it to start splashing back off the racetrack surface. That's normally the sign to switch. Getting the switch correct could save us some time, but I still don't think I'm going to be very competitive in the rain. Because where have we been competitive in the rain? Friggin' nowhere, apart from maybe the second half of the race in Australia, once it started to dry up.
3 seconds, and gap to the car in front, 1.5 seconds.
Go on then, Oscar, 3 you go, bye-bye.
20.5. Good job, you're gaining by a full second a lap at the moment.
Lance's front wing damage is significantly hurting him. Alex has now been able to close to within DRS range behind as well, annoyingly. So we're going to try and manage that gap behind. Magnussen is now falling behind Piastri as well as the McLaren starts to make its way back through. George Russell still with him, I think, or actually a couple of seconds ahead down the road now. Lance Stroll is going to be within DRS range soon because of that front wing damage. This is why we got rid of our damaged front wing and put a new one on, even at the cost of an extra handful of seconds in the pit stop. We would have lost more time throughout the course of the entirety of the rest of the race by running that wing damage. Because this is now Lance Stroll within DRS range. The fact that DRS is still active is another sign that it's not wet weather running yet.
1.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. The car ahead has some minor front wing damage, but it's currently maintaining its pace. Your last lap time, 1:20.0. We're gaining by around 2 tenths per lap. Keep going.
Didn't actually intend to ask about Lance Stroll there.
2.5 seconds.
I wanted to ask about the weather and just did the wrong one.
So this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Don't fight it, Lance. Don't fight it, pal. He's fighting it. It's a losing battle. Bye, Lance. See you, bud. Bye-bye now. Toodles! Off we go. P11. Currently, at least one Haas is in the points. It just so happens to not be this Haas. Further we go into this wet but still dry tyre stint, those that went to mediums a while ago are actually going to start struggling with tyre wear again. The hards last significantly longer than the mediums, and my rear tyres are 17 and 15% here. So I'd expect those, although I did pit slightly earlier, didn't I? I'd expect those medium tyre runners to probably be about the same at the moment. And then obviously over time, as we progress, ours should wear about the same rate as theirs, minus 0.5% a lap or so. Hopefully, start to reel some of them back in. Still don't know when we're actually going to be running on intermediate tyres though, to inters. When it starts getting wet enough on track for them at the minute. It's definitely not wet enough for intermediate tyres. It might change at the drop of a hat, but right now, at the end of lap 44, it's not wet enough for intermediate tyres.
Okay, keep
We are playing Wednesday, are we?
2.5 seconds.
And then the final's Sunday, right?
Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
That's Alex Albon through. Alex is in. Other drivers are in. But what are they going to?
In for his stop now.
It's not intermediate weather. The track's still dry. Are they pitting again? Are they pitting for another set of dry tyres? They are. They're pitting for another set of dry tyres. So those that went medium are now starting to put the hard tyre on. And the outlook of this Grand Prix shifts once more. Actually want me to stop lap 48 to go to mediums, which I'm not going to do. If the crossover comes now, before we get off these hard tyres, then we've effectively gained a pit stop on everybody that just boxed for a second time. And they've just ruined their own race.
Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate.
Thanks.
Box, we're coming in this
I'm
lap.
not. My hards are only 22% worn at the rear. I'm just going to wait. Just going to wait. Even more behind boxing. So we've got a massive gap behind. I think the weather's just going to keep... Just tell me about it.
You're in the top 10.
I know I'm in the top 10.
Light
Ask you about
rain
the
will stay
weather.
with us for
Yeah.
at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
I mean, it can't stay like this for the whole race, can it? Yellow flag. In front.
Okay, be mindful of the conditions. The track's getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now, though. We'll be much slower.
It's a Ferrari. It's Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is out.
Information on Leclerc.
He's had the worst runner-up. The worst runner-up. Charles Leclerc's had a nightmare few Grand Prix. His car's gone bang. He's out of the race. We're up to P8. Thank you, Charles. I think I might box this lap for mediums. It's still not showing any signs of getting wet enough to warrant a switch over to inters. And we are in the window now, very much so, to switch to a set of medium tyres. I'll come out 16th when I box. And then we can hopefully try and make some positions forward from there on a much fresher tyre. But the longer I stay out, the closer Gasly and Magnussen are going to get. And the less likely it is that if it does stay dry for the whole race, I have of catching them back up again. So I'm just going to take the risk and box for mediums and try and make some of the time back again. Because I could hang it out here and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then it still not get wet enough. So I'm gonna box now. We were planning on maybe doing it on 55, but I think I'll do it on 53. If I box now and then it gets wet enough for intermediate tyres, I'll be quite annoyed. So now we want it to stay like this all the way to the end of the race, please. Here we go, 16th place, as expected, as predicted. Now all we got to do is try and make some time back. We'll be on fresh mediums when they're on relatively fresh hards. We should hopefully be able to make that progress. Could get better drive out here. Hello, Valtteri. That was a bit slippy slidey, but we got it stopped and done. And we're going to be ahead of Valtteri now.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Thank you. Zhou Guan Yu was one of the one-stoppers as well, wasn't he? So he's going to be even slower than some of the others. Oh yeah, he's really slow. Although that is slippery. That was very slippery through there. But have to factor in the dirty air from the car in front, to be fair. It's not necessarily a lot wetter. I was just not getting as much downforce because I was sat in the wake of the car in front. I'll have P14, please. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Lap times are really not that good right now.
Gap to your teammate ahead.
Only gained by 0.6 of a second in 2 laps.
Fresh hards, they're in 9th place. Your last lap time, 1 minute 21.2.
Yeah, we just did the same lap, myself and Kevin. I'm not going to catch K-Mag. We can catch Sainz and Ricciardo, though. There is a point potentially on the board here for us. If our tyres last long enough to give us the performance to catch the two of them. They are fighting though, so that will bring them back towards us. Was over 4 seconds, it's now 3.5, so yeah, they're coming back towards us. A point is there for the taking, just whether we can take it or not. Gaining on Alex Albon. Around the outside, it's P12. Ricciardo fought hard against Carlos Sainz, but ultimately wasn't able to keep the position. Now, Ricciardo was one of the one-stoppers, so his tyres are going to be absolutely dead.
Okay, gap to the car in front.
We will easily and comfortably take Daniel Ricciardo. It's a case of, can we catch Sainz for a World Championship point here in Mexico? That's the question we don't yet have the answer to. 10.4 is significantly closer, but it's still not going to be close enough, I don't think. We've got a big run on Daniel here. Around the outside of turn 1 seems to be a good overtaking spot for us right now. And having such a massive DRS run there has gained us a lot of time on Carlos Sainz. But now it comes down to who is the faster driver in these conditions on these tyres. Sainz, 1.5 seconds down the road. Ferrari, hards. Me, 1.4 seconds now behind him. Haas, mediums. Which is the faster car? Which is the faster package? This effectively is seemingly a fight for that Ferrari seat next season. Almost this is turning into. We are both in the running for Ferrari next year. We've got 10% wear on the rear left as our most worn tyre. I don't want to go as far as to say that whoever comes out on top here will have that Ferrari seat next season, because I would still very much like it, but it will be a good marker for Ferrari as to which decision they make.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep it up.
I would be more concerned right now on lap 65 of 71 of being caught by Ocon behind than Sainz will be of being caught by me. The gap is pretty consistent at the minute. The gap to Kevin is expanding now. It was 9.5, it's now up to 10.1. So we've used the best of our medium tyres now. Might only be 6% front right, but it's 13 and 14 on the rears, and the gap to Esteban is continually coming down. I think we'll probably finish P12 here at the minute. If you had to put some money on it, that's where I'd say we'd finish this Grand Prix right now. I am really struggling to get the power down significantly. Might even be P13 or worse. There's 3 cars back there. Don't worry about the gap ahead, mate. It's that one. Bye. We started 12th. Actually, I think we started 11th in the end, didn't we? We qualified 12th. I think we might end the race 12th. Try and use DRS to stick with Esteban. I think he's probably about a second a lap faster than me right now, because my tyres are becoming less and less competitive compared to their hards. in regular dry weather conditions, fully dry weather conditions, this would have been a great strategy. In the conditions we're facing right now, unfortunately, it's just not quite working out the way that we would have hoped.
I know these conditions are tough, but bear with it. I don't think the track's ready for intermediates yet.
Really struggling through this part of the circuit, which is my strongest part of the circuit with my setup, because of the partially worn tyres and the wet weather. If it was fully dry, we wouldn't be having any issues through there yet. That's basically the deciding factor right now. With 4 laps to go as we cross the line, 68, 69, 70, 71. We look like we're going to be P12. Alonso's out. Okay, well that's a free position. Now I'm even more annoyed that I've lost P11 to Esteban Ocon. You presume Fernando's just had some sort of mechanical failure rather than crashed. He was running near the front. Actually, Max and Fernando's strategy had brought that whole group back together. Max was 2 stopping, everyone else there 1 stopping, and they're all clumped. So I'm not sure which has turned out to be the better strategy for those at the front. Certainly for Zhou and Daniel Ricciardo, it's not been great for them here. Although they're not necessarily running too far different from where they qualified, which is the same for most of us, to be honest. So George Russell from P9 to the podium would be a great result. Lewis from P5 to the win would be a great result. Pierre from P10 to P7 is going to be good for Alpine. Hello, Single. How are you, mate? SC24 will probably be from about 4:30-ish, Balsi. The pace of Alex Albon there. Unbelievable. Just zipped right past me. It's just not quite been our day today. We've been very lucky in a number of other results, though, haven't we, recently? With points when we probably didn't deserve them on outright pace. Really, really good points, in fact, when in a couple of cases where we had a P4 and a P8, was it, somewhere else? P4 in Singapore and a P8 somewhere, and then obviously we rather died in USA. But now we're going to lose another position to Daniel Ricciardo and another position to Valtteri Bottas on the last lap. Oh man, what could have been today was a great result. Unfortunately what happened today is that there is a great result for the team. It's just that it's Kevin Magnussen that's going to get it. I'll try, but through the middle sector I'm going to have absolutely nothing on these tyres. Yuki Tsunoda might even come and get me before the end of the lap, because I'm just wheel spinning it everywhere here. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. He was able to take George Russell on the final lap. In fact, George Russell dropped to about 3rd. Oh no, was George might have been 3rd anyway. Max was 2nd. Lewis was 1st, wasn't he? P5 to the win for Lewis, although, well, it was anyway when we last looked at the thing. It's a podium at best for, whoa, steady. It's a podium at best for Lewis here. No, Lewis went from 1st to 4th on the final lap. DRS that strong down the big main straight that unfortunately for Lewis Hamilton, he lost 3 places on the final lap and doesn't even get a trophy at all, let alone the win. We are just going to squeak across the line ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, meaning that we are going to be P14 here. Ah! Yeah, just across the line ahead of Yuki.
And that's the end of
Backwards over the line, but just ahead of the RB. Hoping for better weather conditions in the next one in Brazil, but it could be pretty wet still in Brazil as well. We'll wait and see what happens with the weather as we get there. I'm going to be quite quick here because they're in the formation lap right now for the real life British Grand Prix. So forgive me for not dwelling too much here on what's going on screen. K-Mag finishes P8 in the end with that Fernando Alonso retirement, so it is another 4 points for the team, which is good news. Just sucks for me. Focus goes down, but everything else goes up, so we're still in a very strong position for ourselves as a driver. Not quite got the edge on locked perk now for the power unit. Powertrain upgrade reduced by 15%. Never have we been able to go backwards in that sort of scenario previously in driver or my team, so that's a new thing for this year's game. 21 of 24 rounds or the round of 21 of 24 will be the next one in Brazil. Brazil. Secret meeting. Ferrari. Are you still interested? They are. Fred Vasseur's here and all sorts now, and I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. I'm sorry, Fred, but at the moment, they're coming down the hangar straight. Oh, our hopes. I would be... So if I sign for Ferrari, I would be... I'm going to have to move me out of the way here. We might just miss the start of the race, but this is important. I would be 32% in terms of the recognition to Charles Leclerc. He's a significantly better driver. I would get some recognition perks like R&D rush, secret upgrades, and simultaneous upgrades as well. I am going to complete talks. We are signing, I believe, there and then with Ferrari for next season. I think, I imagine,
good news.
that is that done.
Bad news. The good news is the meeting went well. The bad news, your current employers got wind of it, and they aren't thrilled. Get ready to grovel. This might set back your recognition with them a bit.
It might, but I'm not that bothered. If I'm going to get a drive for Ferrari next season, then Haas can
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say
get
that our
over
new
themselves,
parts have
I'm
come through
afraid.
without any issue, so they'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
And the Ferrari is actually just the next best car in the performance index. So we'll go to the next race weekend in Brazil, see what the weather's like, and then dip, because they're finishing the formation lap right now. So it's perfectly timed. And it's dry. It's a sprint weekend as well. So lots of racing in the next one, we hope. Although the sprint weekend in the United States ended in retirement, didn't it? Dry, 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 dry. Slightly mixed conditions for quali. Rain right at the very end, where we probably won't be involved anymore. All right, fantastic. Drop the video a like, subscribe, 5 likes, out and away we go for the British Grand Prix. I'll see you next time.